Welcome back to Best of Wisconsin Homes. I'm Josh with Josh Lavik and Associates, here with Mary O'Connor from the City of Monona, current mayor.
Well, hi Josh, nice to see you again.
Welcome, thanks for joining us on the show.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we're doing our community spotlight today and just wanted to learn a little bit more about the community of Monona and maybe some of its features and highlights and maybe why somebody might choose to live here.
Okay. Well, Monona is a city of 8,000, completely surrounded by the city of Madison. We're 3 square miles. We have about 4 miles of shoreline on Lake Monona, and Lake Monona is a big part of Monona.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the city was originally part of the town of Blooming Grove, and it was a lot of agricultural land and then a lot of small cottages on the lake, which were owned, I think, for the most part by people from Madison who spent their summers here, where it was cooler, I imagine. And in 1938, it became a village, and then during the 50s, Monona at one point had the highest rate of growth of any municipality in Wisconsin.
Oh, I suppose, escape to the suburb of Monona,
right after World War II, everybody started building, and so in 1969, we actually became a city, and that's what we are today. Switched to a mayor form of government.
Okay, cool. What are maybe some of your favorite features or things to do in Monona?
Oh wow, we've got a lot of great things that draw people here. I would say probably 4 main things. We've got a terrific park and recreation department. We have, I think, 130 acres of city park. The rec department plans all kinds of activities for families and kids. A lot of people have told me that's one of the main reasons that they moved to Monona. The Monona Pool is, thank goodness, we're open again this summer after being closed in 2020, but that's a huge part of life in Monona. In the summer, we also have, in the winter, we have ice skating on the lagoon over at Winnequa Park, and in our new development down at the riverfront, we've just, a year and a half ago, we set up a seasonal ice skating rink, which has a chiller, so the ice is kept in pretty much the constant condition, and they're open from November into the middle of March, and a lot of people have really made use of that because it's been warmer some winters and we can't always count on the lagoon. So
yeah, that's been a beautiful new development. I've noticed that construction over the last few years.
Yeah, it's been a huge project for Monona.
Yeah.
So in addition to the parks, we have an award-winning library. We were Wisconsin Library of the Year several years ago, and our children's programming in particular is very popular. I know people come from all over the east side of Madison for that, and they do a lot. They also do a lot of adult programming, and even during the pandemic, they did a lot of programming virtually, which was great. Then the other thing is our senior center, which is also very popular. That's all part of the city campus here, and we have also a lot of people who use the senior center from the east side of Madison in addition to Monona, and they have a lot of activities and programs planned, and they also provide a lot of services for seniors. So those are the big things. And then in addition, Monona is a joint school district with Cottage Grove, and that's also another reason why people move here, is the quality of the school district. So Monona has a lot to offer.
Yeah, tell me more about that. So they go kind of, because Madison's like in between, right? Between Cottage Grove and Monona. So
they each have their own elementary schools, and then the middle school is in Cottage Grove, and the high school is in Monona. So the kids come together at middle school and then are together through high school. So it's a good way to meet new people once you get into middle school.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's certainly some great things you shared with us today. What else? Anything else that comes to mind that maybe someone that doesn't know anything about the area, what they might find interesting or unique?
Well, we've got some new things coming in Monona. We're just finishing the Riverfront project, which you mentioned earlier, and that's brought a couple new businesses to Monona, including a couple of new restaurants.
Yeah.
We were kind of a restaurant desert till about 10 years ago, and we have several new restaurants that are, including Buck and Honey's down there at the riverfront, which are attracting a lot of people. It's also added about 250 new apartments, so that's been great. And we have another development in the process of being planned, just kitty corner from there. That whole Broadway corridor area, Broadway between Monona Drive and Southtown, is really developing. So that's something we're looking forward to continuing to expand on.
Yeah. Yeah, I know one thing that I've always noticed too is like some of the views from some of the parks in Monona are pretty awesome.
Yeah, and that's been a real goal of the park department, is to fix up all of our parks, but especially to expand access to any of the lakeside parks in terms of having the public be able to get out and and see the lake. So Wildhaven Park is awesome. Schluter Beach, we just completely redid all of that. And then we've also done a lot of work on a couple of just little small end of the street areas that run into the park, right where that the city owns, just putting out some chairs and tables and things for people to view. And then of course we have San Damiano, which is our latest purchase, 1,400 feet on Lake Monona, which is going to be an awesome addition to the city. We're really excited about that.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see what that turns into in the next few years. But I really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing with our viewers a little bit more about the city of Monona and some of its highlights. And yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm always happy to promote Monona, so thank you.
Sounds good. Again, you're watching Best of Wisconsin Homes.